Hey Bulldog fans, I'm Jazmine Diggs and you're watching After the Whistle. Today I'm here with newly named Strength and Conditioning Coach Keith Swift. How are you, Coach?
Doing all right, how are you?
That's good, I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so just a few questions. What is your philosophy or approach on strength and conditioning?
Mainly my main coaching philosophy is educate, heal, and then enhance. Basically, education being that I want the students to know why they're doing what they're doing. Based off of my career as an athlete, we did a lot of things that as I became more educated, found out like there was no reason why we should have did that. The next tier will be healing. So mainly I try to focus on trying to keep athletes out of the training room. So no matter where I am, I try to make the athletic trainers as bored as possible. So try to make my athletes as bulletproof as possible, no injuries. I know it's not going to happen, but it's just like perfection. You want to strive to be as perfect as possible. And enhancing is basically what everybody thinks strength and conditioning coaches do, which is make athletes bigger, stronger, and faster.
Okay. Tell us about a few of the places where you worked prior to coming to SC State.
I started out interning at Tennessee Tech. That's my alma mater. I did that for a year as soon as I finished playing football. After that, I went and I got a job with the Seattle Mariners and worked in professional baseball for 3.5 years, 3 seasons. And then I also worked at Parisi Speed School, which is a sports performance company, specializing in speed, agility training, as well as strength training. And then after that, I got the head strength and conditioning spot at Stillman College, HBCU, down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Built that program from the ground up. There was no strength program before that. We had a lot of success down there. Great time, great experience. I didn't go to the HBCU, so that was my first HBCU experience, and I loved it. After that, went to South Alabama, down in Mobile, Alabama. I was there a year and a half, and now I'm here for my second HBCU experience, and I'm loving it so far.
Okay, well what are some of the differences in training within the various sports?
Generally, everybody's going to kind of have a similar approach. You kind of I build a pool of exercises, who can do this and what's going to benefit who. Biggest difference, especially like with baseball, softball, or tennis players, those are what we call power rotational sports. So you'll focus more so on movements, trying to exercises are going to replicate those movements that those athletes are going to do really across the board. There's some exercises that some sports obviously won't do that won't benefit them at all. Some things that we'll do with, as far as conditioning, we'll condition pretty much everybody with the exception of track athletes, well, because they run all day anyway for the sport, so there's no need to condition them, for example. Okay.
Well, can you describe your actual intensity level when you are training the student athletes in the weight room?
It differs. For the most part, I like to bring it, and then sometimes I like to tone it down. But it really depends on the team. If a team is laid back, then I kind of get a feel for them. But there are times when you got to bring the intensity because the situation calls for that. If they're in their comfort zone, it's my job to get you out of your comfort zone. But not everybody responds to the yelling and the screaming, which I like to do, which is the most fun part of my job. But a lot of times, like especially when it comes down to the teaching aspect, that's when I pull a kid to the side and we'll talk one-on-one. And sometimes I'm still this close and I'm still yelling at them, but it's still in a loving manner. It's still in an educational fashion. But most of the part, like when it's one-on-one, of course I can tone it down and we talking one-on-one.
Okay, last question. Can you tell us one interesting thing about yourself?
I'm a huge wrestling fan, ever since birth. Favorite wrestling when I was little was Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm the only boy with 3 sisters, so I got in a lot of trouble for drop kicking my little sister growing up. But of all time, Undertaker is my favorite wrestler. I have a daughter now, 1-year-old daughter, who's following in my footsteps. I just taught her how to super kick, so things are on their way to great things. And I think that's the biggest thing. And I also incorporate that a lot of the quotes that wrestlers have into workouts as well. So that's another reason why I like to yell and scream as well. So I just thoroughly like to enjoy my job, and I think that's the biggest thing a lot of people kind of find out about me is that I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I incorporate that with everything.
Okay. Well, thank you, Coach, and thank you all for watching After the Whistle.
I love my HBCU. I love my HBCU. I love my HBCU. SC, SU, SC, SU. I love my HBCU. I love my HBCU. I love my HBCU. SC, SU, SC, SU. Yeah, and I woke up like this. proud to be a part of something outstanding. Them land grants from state to Claflin, educating black since 1896. I'm representing the Gardner and Blue, and no they can't shut us down because we way too historical. Legendary homecoming, you probably coming too. Your mom dukes, your daddy, your grandma too. We tailgating, the state is still hating, refuse to give us money, don't worry though, we'll raise it. It's in our creed, responsibility, so intellectual growth, academic integrity. That bulldog pride, those bulldogs live. You can never put us bulldogs down, we stand up. My mission, my purpose, my goal, my statement is to make sure nobody asks when South Carolina State went. Because I love my HBC.